Hey guys, welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you another one of my hobbies, which as you can see just happens to be model cars. I'm showing you this one first because I'd say the people that remember watching monster trucks when they were little, or old videos of monster trucks, will recognize this truck. It's the USA 1 Chevy. This was a big contender against Bigfoot a long time ago. But the reason I'm showing it first is I've actually taken this model, taken parts from it like wheels and tires and axles and engine, and made other vehicles out of it. And I'll show you one of those in a minute. Show you this one first. These are old, these are dusty. They've seen better days. It's the motor. It's not very detailed. And that's that one. Now this next one is one of the ones that I used this engine, these tires and wheels, and all the suspension to make another model. This one's really old. And it's very fragile. It's a little Jeep. I took the tires and wheels and all the suspension and the engine out of a USA 1 and put it in this Jeep model. Now, just for giggles, I took the original tire, the original spare tire, and put it on the back. That's the original of the spare, that's the size of the original tires and wheels that were supposed to go on this model. Lift this up. I know the wheels come off. Let me see if I can lift this up and give you some of the interior there. There you go. A little bit. I know it'd probably be impossible to see the bottom of it, but oh look, it's got some cobwebs in it. The hood came off. Let's get this one out of the way really carefully. Now, the last of the monster trucks is one that I believe just about anybody in the world could recognize. Gravedigger. Now, this model kind of made me mad. It doesn't look like it does on the box. The body itself isn't flat across the roof of the real truck. The colors are off. This is like a dark green when it's supposed to be lime green. It's supposed to be more the color that I painted the cage on the inside of the truck. Now this body does come off. And that's what it looks like on the inside. Got all the shocks and the gas tank here on the rear. The motor. All the sponsor decals on the bottom of the plexiglass on the bottom of the frame or chassis. And that's the Gravedigger. All these were put together by me. I do them to help my hands. I hate that my hands shake as I'm getting older, and because of nervous conditions and stuff. Like, not nerves like as in I'm nervous, but nervous as in my nervous system is messed up. Let's get that one out of the way. Oh, I'm breaking stuff. Okay, let's get into some race cars here. It's an old school race car. It's called the Far Out Fairlane. It's flat black with a red gloss black roof. It's got white and red interior. This is an old drag race car. I used to be a drag racer back in the day, a long time ago, back in the mid-late 90s. Show you the engine in this one. Boy, these things are dusty. I need to get them on in cases, but that's the bottom of it. Yeah, I need to get all these in cases, but money and space don't permit cases. I probably have 150, 160 models on shelves and in boxes around here. Here's another old school racer. This car is called Mr. 40 Mile, Mr. Quarter Mile, not Mr. 40 Mile, Mr. Quarter Mile. This thing is leaning, and I'm going to end up breaking it on purpose. It's a off-white color now. It was flat white when I painted it, but years of sitting on a shelf and being a smoker. Has red interior, has a gray roll bar. That's the bottom of it. Well, oh, I just knocked the mirror off. Right there. We'll stick it right there and put that back on here in a minute. Number one way to get a hood off is if it won't come off, turn the car upside down. It's a little bit more detailed. It's got decals on the motor and on the generator there. It's even got a part number on the belt. Pretty cool. All these decals you see were put on by me. They're what they call water slide decals. You put them in water, they dissolve off the paper backing, and then you slide them onto the car. And then dab them with Q-tips or tissue paper, something like that, to get the water out from behind them and to position them where you want them and stuff like that. So each one of these, like the letters in Colossal Motors, Elk Grove Village, Illinois, is one sticker. Then all these little individual ones are individual stickers. The sled is an individual sticker, and the Krager is an individual sticker. And on this one, even the white walls on the tires are stickers or decals, whichever way you want to, either way you want to look at it. Now, let's do this one. This is what they call a funny car. This is the Jukebox Ford Brown Motorsports. I used to build race car engines for Houston Motorsports. All this right here is one sticker, or one decal. All these are individual decals. Turn that way so you can see it. Big scoop on the hood. And this body also comes off, so you can see the detail of the car inside. And that's pretty much what the inside of a drag car looks like. It's pretty simple. No frills, nothing like that. Got the 2 nitrous bottles and the fuel cell and the battery in the back. Roll cage, seat, steering wheel. That's the bottom of it. And there's the engine. I like this one pretty well. And my hands are starting to shake. That's awesome. Here's a really cool one. I detailed this one out pretty good. Hemi Thunder. It's a Dodge 426 Hemi. It's got hood pins on the hood. Real chrome hood pins on the hood. Got a black interior, black and red interior, I should say. You see in there a gray roll bar and a fire extinguisher. Dash is red. Painted the latches on the doors. Did I paint the... I believe I did. Knobs on the radio in there. You're not going to be able to see it because it's blurry. Let me see if I can get that to focus in there. There we go. See underneath this one first. Painted bolts. Different colors. Black shows up on the gray and then the silver shows up on the black. And then the engine compartment. I detailed it out pretty good, I do believe. Set that somewhere. Set it over here. Get the hood out of here and put it over here. Now, a couple more. Let's do this one first. This is a big scale. All the other scales that I've showed you are 1/24th or 1/25th scale. For those of you that don't know how scale works in model cars, for every 1 inch on the model car equals 25 or 24 inches on the real car. So for every 1 inch of this car, there's 24 inches or 25 inches on the full-size car. That's how everything is scaled down. Now this one, I believe this is a 1/18th or a 1/14th scale. And it is the General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard. I was a big Dukes of Hazzard fan when I was little. I seen this and I just had to have it. There's the famous General Lee license plate. every state in the Union, in the United States, that license plate right there is one of the most sought after license plates you can get. Don't know why, but because of the popularity of the TV show and the General Lee. Let me set that down a little bit so I can quit shaking. That license plate number right there is very, very popular. Now, one day I will own one of these cars. I hope. Let's show you the bottom of it before we show you the engine. It's got real rubber hoses on the bottom of it. Real rubber hoses on the bottom of the motor there. See them as I move them. Now this motor is really detailed. It has plug wires and everything. Now I make all my models where the hoods can come off. See if I can get that a little bit better. Dual front shocks on these cars. Pretty neat. I will own one of these cars one day. It's a 1969 Dodge Charger. The chase cars had 440 wedges in them. The jump cars had 318s in them. And the driving around cars, just to drive around, a lot of them had 225 slant 6 engines in them. That's what I've gathered from going to Duke Days. Cooter from the Dukes of Hazzard has a festival called Duke Days. I went down there and looked at a lot of the cars and stuff, and that's what I've gathered from those cars. Is that's what and I've done some reading and stuff like that, and that's what I've gathered that the engines in the cars were. So that's the General Lee. Now this one is one of my favorite little cars that I've ever built. It's a 1/25th scale. It's a little Ford Roadster with a Hemi in it. It's a brilliant blue metallic. It's got pinstriping on it. You can see it's even got pinstriping on the back. This is the bottom of it. What a time to go out of focus. Here we go. White wall tires, which are decals. It's got a white interior, white and black interior. Got a little devil face on the hood. You can really see those metallics in that hood. Excuse me. So it looks like in the front. And this is the engine in it. Now, I know these aren't the best in the world, but I don't make them to be the best in the world. I make them to... Oh, there's something. Part of that decal is missing right there on the white wall. I make these to help my hands and occupy time. I have a lot of time on my hands since I am disabled, and I've been building these for years. I love building model cars. Love it. I don't care if you call me a big kid or whatever, but I love it. I've always built them ever since I was little. Me and my older brother used to build them together, except for these certain ones that I wasn't allowed to touch. And you know what I did when I got older? I bought those same models and built them. Even though they were older models and they were more expensive now, I bought them and built them just so I could touch them. And I'd be doggone if I didn't take video of it while I was building them, and take pictures of them after I built them, and send them to my brother and said, look, I finally got to touch it. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thanks all of you to watch it to the end. I'm pretty proud of some of these cars, and I hope you guys liked them. I hope this finds you guys safe and healthy, and we love each and every one of you. And you guys don't forget to check that pocket change, because you never know what you got in your pocket until you look.